4 minutes past the hour of 10. A very good morning, Malabites and Malabresses, ladies and gentlemen, friends and foes, mummies and daddies. You're tuned into UNICAL 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment. 360, we love to call it a do infotainment. That was Beautiful Things by Benson Bone. It is another beautiful session right here on UNICAL 103.5 FM, and it's going to be a very interactive, a very informative and educative session. Now, over the past few days, there's been rampage on social media. There's been rampage even in the university community as a couple of students took to the streets of the campus to protest. They described what happened to them as an unfair treatment by the management of the university. And today we're being joined by the Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Dr. Eyo Offiong Mensah. He's in the studio this morning, and together we're going to address all the concerns and all the issues regarding the removal of the student's name from the university's portal. A very good morning, sir, and welcome on the show.
Thank you very much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much for coming, and I want to congratulate you once again for your appointment as the Dean of Student Affairs. It's been 2 months now. Your appointments began in the month of January, the first day in the month of January. How has it been so far, taking over from the previous Dean of Student Affairs, Professor Patrick Egaga?
Oh, well, it's been a very challenging experience, but I don't want to see it as such. I want to see it as a learning curve because dealing with students is not an easy task. You are going to be facing all sorts of challenges, all sorts of problems, and your responsibility is to find solutions to all of this. So far, so good.
To have the students accepted you as their dean, because I think they were already used to Professor Egaga. So have they fully accepted you as the Dean of Student Affairs? Have they been warm to you? Have they been receptive to you?
Yeah, sure. I can assure you that our relationship is very harmonious. We don't have any issue to contend with, and we also have our own strategies of solving their problems. So far, we've not had any complaint that the students at first division is not carrying the students along as it ought to be. So it's a fine partnership.
Amazing. I wish you well in your reign as the Dean of Student Affairs.
Thank
Now
you.
let's get right into the business of the day. Now, last week Friday precisely, the students of the Department of Nursing, some also said that they came from the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, Medicine and Surgery, they hit the streets of the university to protest for what they described as an unfair treatment by the university's management. Do you care to explain what that was about? What influenced that decision of theirs to hit the streets and protest? Let's hear it from the management standpoint.
It's okay. Thank you very much. Well, let me start by saying this. There are channels of communication within the university system. If you have issues as students, the first point of contact should be with the HOD. The formal complaint should go to the HOD. The HOD should be able to address it. But if you are not still satisfied with the HOD solution, we have the dean.
Yes.
How you can go to the dean. And if you are still not satisfied with what or the solution the dean has provided, the students affairs is there. Come over to us and eventually to the vice chancellor. So these are the channels of communication. Unfortunately, the students never explore any of this. The moment we just said I was called on phone that the students are protesting, they are the main gate, their main campus, and all of that. Well, I subsequently let me advise. It's usually very good to explore these channels of communication because when you start protesting that way, you are highlighting or how would I even put it? You are giving the university a very bad image. Yes. So for the wrong reason, and it's not good that way.
Okay.
It's not good that way. For spotlighting the university in a bad image is not too good, even for the students themselves. Well, now to the issue you have raised. Let me start by giving you a background. The set of students you are talking about were actually admitted in quotes
Okay.
in 2024. Well, you know how the university works. The university does not give admission, it only recommends students who are qualified to be given admission. And for those courses you've mentioned, they are all professional courses. They have professional bodies, and these professional bodies determine the quota to be admitted. So for those students also, none of them was originally admitted to nursing. None of them. They got admission elsewhere, another department. But out of the, let me say, the frustration of their parents and the students themselves, they transferred, they did all sorts of things. Some of them bought the admission and whatever. So right now, the college, that's the College of Medical Sciences, did the first set of screening for them. So many of them were screened out, and others escaped the screening. How did they do it? They presented fake admission letters that were not detected by the screening committee. In fact, for that year, let me just say this. The quota for nursing science was 150, but we ended up having more than 800 students admitted in quotes for that program. So when the current administration came on board, they directed the college to do another phase of screening. So the screening was done, and by the time they went to the JAM portal, they found out that those students' admissions were not regularized. So that was why they had to block the portal. And the implication is that you are no longer a student. So that is where we are right now. And if I may also add, the university has set up a committee, a disciplinary committee, to investigate all of them, to explain how they got the fake admission letters, because it's okay.
Okay, so before we even go into the fake admission that you've mentioned, now you said something about exploring all the channels of communication. Now, before their names were, delisted from the school's portal, was there any form of communication to the students as to why they are going to be, their names are going to be removed from the portal?
Even the students themselves, they knew. Yes, because they knew that they were not originally admitted into those programs. That's why they were carrying indemnity forms around. The purpose of the indemnity forms was for the management to regularize their admission. But unfortunately, the number is large. If it were maybe 10, 25, we would have managed that. That's over 600 plus. There's no way. Where do you even get the facilities to train 600, 800 nurses and all of that? So that is just the issue.
Okay, so it takes two to tango at the end of the day. Now, you said something about some of the students buying the admission.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible for students to buy admission without the input of certain individuals in the management aspect of the institution?
Well, you're very correct, because the university does not sell admission. It's just out of some personal greed. I heard that this happened, and I cannot excuse that. I can't justify it because I wasn't part of that system. It's just as simple as that.
Okay, now it's fair that you're not part of the system, but students are being punished for the offense of that system, that system that was not right, in quote. Now that the students are being punished, are the individuals who carried out this irregularities, this admission racketeering, are they also being investigated, and are they going to be punished? Because, like I said earlier, it takes two to tango. The students did not do these things on their own. They had someone that helped them buy the admission. They paid the money to someone. Somebody helps them do this thing, and like I said, it has to be somebody in management. It cannot be somebody. It cannot be a regular person, walking on the road. It has to be somebody in management. So, as much as the students are being punished, are the people that that authorize this racketeering and irregularities, are they being investigated, and are they going to be punished?
Okay, thank you very much. Essentially, I don't want to sustain the narrative of admission rackets.
Okay.
Because what the students did was what you call pass-through. Yes, it was just as I said earlier, out of their desperation.
Okay.
And whoever, as I said earlier too, was involved in doing all of that was just out of personal greed.
Okay.
And I don't have evidence. That's why I don't want to sustain. But it's just been rumored. So for now, let's just take it as a rumor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very well then, 0809-4444-058. I'll take that again, 0809-4444-058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number if you have any questions or complaints that you would like the Dean of Student Affairs to, spotlight on. We're going to take your calls and your text messages as well. You can also head over to our Facebook live right now and drop a comment if you have anything to say or if you have anything to ask the Dean of Student Affairs. Now, because of the irregularities, the students, because I was at the protest ground, I went there to assess the whole situation, and I saw things like we paid fees in full. Now, the fact that the university doesn't recognize the students as bona fide students of the institution, how then were their fees accepted by the institution?
Okay, thank you for that question. I have said earlier that a handful of the students during the first screening by the college, they were dropped.
Okay.
Yes, but some of them
And
were
they knew about this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Some of them were able to overcome with that screening exercise and still remain there. So long as you still see yourself as a student, you are receiving lectures and all of that, it means that at that point you are still a student. And if you are still a student, you have to pay your fees.
Okay.
As simple as that. The university didn't know about the fraud. It was just a recent development. So if they have acquired fake admission letters, bring it to deceive the screening committee that they are students, why wouldn't they pay fees?
But doesn't that also pose a certain question mark on the screening committee in the light of incompetence? Because how were they not able to detect that the admission forms or admission letters were fake? Because I mean, as a screening committee, you should have criteria for screening and authenticating this document. So how then were they not able to detect that this admission letters were allegedly fake?
Let me say that it's not easy to deal with over 800 students in the screening process. So that was why the incoming administration have to call for another set of screening.
Okay.
So it's not their fault. Anybody could make those mistakes.
Okay.
But now that everything has been ascertained, I think the truth has shown itself. So it's not the fault of the screening committee, because at the end of the day, they eventually did what was supposed to be done.
Okay, so now what is the way forward for these students that are affected? There are a lot of them crying. I saw a lot of them crying, wailing on the floor, and talking about how their parents spend so much to send them to school, and they're just at the crossroad. What is the way forward for these students? Because they need to get education, right? What is the way forward for them? Is there any plans by the school's management to still look for a way around the whole situation?
Okay, you know what happened in this university last year in dentistry? Dentistry department, still in the medical school.
Yes.
That one was a very bad scenario because it was at the 5th year that this was discovered. So the present administration doesn't want that to happen again. The students ab initio were not admitted into nursing science. How did they find themselves there? I think that is a fundamental question that we ought to ask. As you have said, that the parents are bothered. Most of these problems are caused by the parents because of their desperation. As I said earlier, none of those students was admitted to study nursing science. None. They were in other departments, public health. Some of them even came from agri and all of that, and found themselves in nursing science.
And they've been writing exams.
Of course, they have to.
They've been registering their courses.
Meanwhile, their names were not recognized in JAM portal. The JAM portal still have the initial departments that they were admitted in.
Okay.
So long as that happens, they can't go back to those departments. They can't continue here. They are, so they are like on a crossroad right now. So the solution, as you said, I don't think the management owe them any compensation.
Okay.
Yes, the solution is for them to go back and write JAM. That is just the way out. Okay. Any other thing is It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's not an authentic solution. For
Okay.
them to chart a course for their future, for them to go back and write jam. And them, as I said, the management is having plans to subject them to this disciplinary committee. Let them explain how they got the fake admission, jam admission letter. Because it's not from here.
Okay.
It was not issued. The university does not give jam admission letter. That can only come from jam. So let the students come and explain how this happened.
0809-4444-058. I'll take that again. 0809-4444-058. You can send an SMS to that number or send a WhatsApp message to that same number. If you are, an affected student and you want to ask the dean right here any questions, you can send us a text message or a WhatsApp message, or send us comments. You can comment on our Facebook Live. We are at UNICAL Radio International on Facebook. Ensure that you drop a comment and we are going to take it right here on the show. Right now, we're going back to the music. When we come back, we still have the Dean of Student Affairs right here in the studio. Do not move away from your radio sets. We'll be back before you know it.
For the very best in music.
Ordinary by Alex Warren. Welcome back from that short music break. If you're just joining us, you're tuned into UNICAL 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it ADU infotainment. And like I said earlier before the break, we have the Dean of Student Affairs right here in the studio, and he's going to answer, questions regarding the protest of the nursing students, the medical operations students, and some medical students as well. So let's just head over to YouTube and take a few comments before we continue with the show. Now, this one says, so why give us matriculation number and let us pay school fees?
Thank you very much for that question. Well, the moment a student has been screened, he or she is entitled, and there's no problem. She had the complete requirements for admission.
Okay.
He or she is entitled to his or her matric number.
Okay, this one goes further to say transfer is legal, sir, and the quota is 300 a year.
It's not 300, it's 150.
Okay.
It's not 300. Yes, I agree with you. Transfer is legal when the number does not such.
Okay.
If you have, as I said earlier, if you have a little number, at least 10, 15, 25, that can be accommodated, not 800.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Another one here says, school told us to do regularization twice, and we did.
That is still about the transfer. It's still about the transfer. They did their regularization, and as I said, there were too many.
Okay.
We couldn't admit all of them.
Mm.
It's not just possible. When the quota
So
is already there.
when there are too many and you cannot admit all of them, we spoke about communication channel from the beginning of this conversation.
Yeah.
Was there a form of communication to these students that, okay, we cannot admit, we cannot accept this number of transfer at this point.
Yes.
There should be a halt or there should be a pause of the, whole transfer thing. Was it communicated to them or just allowed them?
At every point, the heads of departments and the deans of the faculty were doing this. At every point, because even the students, they know that their status was illegal.
Okay.
Sure, they did. So they can't say they didn't know what was going to come. They can't say that.
Okay, this one says a memo was released to us. A memo was released for us to do regularization. What does he mean by we bought admission?
Well, I've said earlier that I wasn't the mouthpiece of the past administration.
Okay.
To the best of my knowledge, it's not the current administration that issued that memo to them. What I mean by buying the admission was that they were not originally admitted to study nursing science.
Okay.
How did they find themselves in nursing science? How did they find themselves there? They were desperate.
Okay.
They were desperate and they do all sorts of things. And money exchange hands before they could find themselves there. And at the end of the day, they were all given fake JAM admission letters.
Money exchange hands.
Sure.
That is why I asked the question initially. At the end of the day, it takes two to tango.
Sure.
The students needed an individual, and I believe that it is not an individual, a random individual walking on the road. It's someone who knows the in and out of the university system. So somebody took the money from the students and guaranteed them, admission. Now the students are being punished. How about the person that aided this whole mess that is happening now?
If I may surprise you, some of these persons have no association with the university.
Okay.
They are outsiders. Yes, the admission racketeering team are all over the place. Whenever we have admission, most of them are not even staff of the university.
Okay.
And when they fall into such wrong hands, at the end of the day, you want to ascribe the problem to the management or to the university. We won't take that. And as I told you earlier, I don't want to bring in the management into it. The University of Calabar does not sell admissions, but there are people all out there who will make themselves admission agents. So it's possible they must have fallen into their hands and got tricked and paid money and did all of that. So it's not the place of the management to do those kind of shady deals. It's not possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this one says, good morning. Please ask him about why the school management has exempted the medical students from writing exams and why no official memo has been released on this issue.
The medical students, I've not heard that report. I've not heard it. But if I thought that happened, it's to still boil down to the same issue we are discussing here. Because to the best of my knowledge, the quota for medical school was equally 150. But at the end of the day, 275 was admitted.
Okay.
So it might not be far-fetched from what we are discussing here. But as I'm living here, I'll just make sure I get information on this.
Okay, this one says, good morning, sir. I have a question, and my question goes this way. Some people also did same thing, but luckily their indemnity form have been signed. And why didn't they find out earlier about the fake admissions? Because 95% of us switched to nursing. So for us to be in nursing students, that's why they asked us to submit the indemnity form, and we did as they said.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think it's the current Vice Chancellor that came and stopped the signing of the indemnity form.
Okay.
If it has happened in the past, maybe they were still looking for people to complete the quota. So you cannot blame anybody for that.
Okay.
Yes, that's the only justification I can give for that.
So before now, there used to be signing of indemnity form.
Definitely.
So it was this
If the
new
number
administration.
is not too large.
Okay.
If the number is not too large.
So you're telling me that, if the number wasn't too large in this situation, there's a possibility that this administration would have signed.
Of course, I've been doing it. But as it is right now, it's just out of place. It's just out of place. We don't have facilities to train 800 nurses. It's not possible.
Okay. Let me quickly ask you. Okay, this one says, before we go back, it says, "Good morning. I am an unaffected student. Firstly, the quota is 300 and not 150. I don't know where they keep getting 300 from, but you keep saying 150.
Anyway, you can confirm that from the DVC.
We'll do that later. Please. Secondly, we all went to our respective HOD and dean, and nothing was said or done. Why would he say we should pick new JAM forms? Why should we be punished for the mistakes of an administration when we believed in not just an administration, but the institution as a whole?" Now, remember you said something about, the deans and the HODs being aware of these things. Sure. Now, what is your guarantee that the HODs and deans, carried out their responsibilities by informing and educating the students on what to do?
Well, I wouldn't want to speak for any HOD,
but mind you, I've also passed through the university system.
I'm coming. What happens is that this issue has been succinctly addressed by the Senate. Succinctly addressed by the Senate. So it behoves on the HODs and the deans to take this message to their students. So anybody that didn't do that, which I believe is not possible, wouldn't be very fair to the students.
Okay.
So that's how I will explain it. They were given instructions to get back to the students and let them know the situation on ground. They were not, their names were not on JAM portals. And if your name is not on JAM, it means that you are not a student.
Okay.
Rather, they found their names in the original departments that they were given admissions. And as it is now in year 2, you can't go back to
your previous
that
department
original because you already missed the whole of year 1. How would you start? So that is where we are. I believe they were all given enough information on this. So they shouldn't pretend that they were not.
So, given that they cannot return back to year 2, is there a possibility somehow that the students can be asked to start all over from year 1 instead of going to write JAM form and waiting for another admission?
Start all over from year 1.
From year 1 in their previous departments.
I don't see the possibility.
Why is that?
Because they will not have results.
Okay.
Their year of admission would read 2020,
but
2024.
In cases of accreditation, we've seen these things happen where they tell students to go back to year 1 to start. So how go
back to year 1 in the original department?
Yes,
or in the new
original department. Yes, it happened in mass communication.
Okay, if it's the original department, it can be negotiated.
So is that not an option that the university management is willing to explore?
But how many of them are willing to go back?
Well, that's where communication comes into play.
That is what you should find out first. How many of them are willing to go back? Because of the desperation to be in nursing, to be in med-surg and related departments. How many of them?
Well, I believe that is a better option to explore.
If they want that, they can draw the attention of the management.
Okay.
We can negotiate that.
Okay.
It's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
0809-4444-058. I'll take that again. 0809-4444-058. Let's take one more message. This one says, "Good afternoon, sir. Please, I would like some clarification. If the students you claim were not properly admitted truly didn't have valid admission, how then did they get official school portals, register their courses, and even sit for exams under the school system? Doesn't that suggest a serious internal issue that the management should investigate instead of punishing students?"
Well, I have said it earlier here that when we did the first set of screening in the medical school, some of these fraud were not dictated.
Okay.
They were cleared. They were cleared even with the fake JAM letters. So that was what enabled them to be able to do the registration and pay fees and get portals open for them. So by the time we found out that these students were having fake admission letters. Their names were not on JAM portal. The portal was blocked against them.
Okay.
So it's just as simple as that. I have told you, I've admitted that in the first set of screening, some of them were not detected.
Yes.
So when that was eventually done, they have to block the portal. And the implication is that they are no longer a student so long as their portal has been blocked.
Okay.
So it's just as simple as that.
Okay, now for future occurrences, because this is a very sad and very pathetic situation. Now, for future occurrences, what measures is the institution taking in order to curb things like this and make it stop so that it doesn't happen in the future? Because we cannot keep handling situations like this over and over and over again. So what measures has the University of Calabar management taken to ensure that this is streamlined?
Well, let me assure you that with the current Vice Chancellor and management team, this can never happen again in UNICAL. This kind of controversy can never happen again in the University of Calabar. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Number one, when the Vice Chancellor was inaugurated, he said something that was very fundamental, that admission is no longer going to be processed by one or two persons. He has returned to the Central Admission Committee. And you know what the Central Admission Committee, the process starts from the department. From the department, it goes to the faculty. It moves from the faculty to the Central Admission Committee. And at the end of everything, we'll see how the Vice Chancellor's list. Because in that process, you find out that there were three main criteria that were used in admitting students into the university. The first one is on merits.
Okay.
We have catchment area and educational disadvantage area. But in the past 5 years or so, all of these were not taken into cognizance. You find somebody applying for law, scoring 301, the person will not be given admission. The 190 will be given admission for the same program. Yes, if we go back, as the VC is telling us, to the central admission process or central admission committee, it will never happen again. I can assure you. Because merits, when you admit merit, you draw the line. You admit LDP, you draw the line, and catchment. So it's not going to happen again. It's only within the last 5-10 years that we have seen these problems. The last 5-10 years. Because they jettisoned the Central Admission Committee, whatever was their wisdom of doing that. But I'm assuring you that with the current VC, it will never happen.
Okay, so some critics argue that this thing that's happened, the listing of the student's name from the portal, is a selective move, as some people who should have been withdrawn, or some people's names that should have been delisted from the school portal are not there. Like, they are still carrying out their normal activities, and some people are just favored, some people are just preferred than the others. What do you have to say about that?
It's not true. It is not true. It's not something that anybody can manipulate. The process is there. Show your JAM admission letter. So long as your JAM admission letter is genuine, we will not have any problem with you. If you were genuinely admitted to study nursing science or whatever program, you will not have any issue. But so long as you cannot provide that, so I'm not sure they are using any other criteria apart from that. So whoever is telling you that is selective is not telling you the truth.
So it's not a selective
You can
process.
even go to JAM portal and check. The person can go to JAM portal and check. The facts are there, very glaring.
So now that everything has gotten to this, how soon do parents and the students expect a response from the university management? Because the last I checked, the only memo that was sent was that the school management is still deliberating on the next decision to make. How soon are they going to get an answer to their problems?
But I've told you what is going to happen. The management is not owing the students any compensation. What is going to happen is that a disciplinary committee is going to be set up. In fact, that should happen in the next Senate.
Okay.
And for the students to come out and explain how they got the admission letters that were fake.
Okay, let's hold on and take this call right now. Hello. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Please, what is your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Mr. Casey, your regular caller.
Okay, talk to us, Mr. Casey.
I want to commend the gentleman over there in the studio, and I greet him special for having come in to clarify the issue on the ground. But my own input this morning, my friends and my sister were involved in this issue. And I have only 3 questions for him. If you can be able to answer me correctly without missing words. The question, number 1 question goes like this. The school management provides a platform that before you can sit down to write exam, the University of Calabar, you must checkmate if you are really a student of the University of Calabar. Going through the ID card and then your matriculation number. Then how come they say they are admitted wrongly, or they are not a student of University of Calabar? That is the controversy that I need to clarify. You know, it is a very, very sensitive this thing to be handled. For you to tell them they are not students after how many years? Now, another question I want to ask. Now they have done in the other administration. This one, what are they going to do to make sure the thing did not escalate? That is second. Third, I suggest, you know, if they cannot give, instead of them going all over to take a jam form and start over again, you should give them the course related, the health related courses, which is maybe radiography or laboratory. You understand what? And place them for year 2 instead of year 1. Because of the school fees they have paid and other logistics. This is brought down for parents. They are not the ones that carry out their responsibility on their own. Some of them are the ones that taking care of themselves. You understand? What do you expect them to do? Considering the country we find ourselves called Nigeria, okay, things are hard, very, very difficult to face. They should not be doing like that. Things, they should have a human face, address things amicably before he escalated. Thank you. That is my humble suggestion this morning. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Casey, for calling. Do enjoy the rest of your day. What do you have to say about that, sir?
Okay. Thank you very much. About your first question. Screening the students and giving them ID card and matric number doesn't mean that they are students. We have layers of screening in the university. If you are coming with a fake admission letter, a fake jam admission letter, you are not caught in year 1, you'll be caught in year 4. Because we also have screening in year 4. So that doesn't make you automatically an authentic student until you pass all the screening processes or stages.
Okay.
That's the first question you asked. Okay. How would the management not allow the problem to escalate? The problem has already escalated. You cannot blame the management in all of this. You blame the students. First, ask them this fundamental question. Did they apply for this course, for this nursing, for this med search that they eventually found themselves? The answer is no. The first, I think the first protest they did was on either Tuesday or Wednesday last week. And they did another one on Friday. I was able to interface with them.
Okay.
I asked them this question, and they all owned up that they didn't apply originally to nursing science. So what would you expect? Was it the university that asked them to do the transfer when there is already a quota on ground, a quota that will not accommodate them? So it's not a problem of the university. The students and their parents are the cause of all of this because of desperation to have their children read medicine, read law, read nursing, and so on. So it's not the university is coming out decisively in the next Senate to address this. So I will advise you to wait and let's see what the Senate is going to do on this.
Okay, we have a message here and it says, for peace to reign in this school, let the school management must give the affected students a soft landing. Else, the school stands as a risk of losing accreditation. They can't go back to the original departments they were given. These students are in the second year, for crying out loud. There are measures to handle this situation while still retaining these students in their current departments. The VC and other Senate members are just trying to be stubborn. Funny enough, these students actually asked about this very thing when they were going for their departmental screening. They asked the departments that since they don't have the JAM admission letter bearing nursing, the department asked them to bring their school admission letter and their indemnity form. Now they are saying a different thing.
It's okay. There is nothing like school admission letter. The school doesn't issue admission letter.
Okay, the person meant to say JAM admission letter.
It is JAM that admits. The school only recommends the candidates that are qualified for admission. So even the idea of taking them to another department, it still depends on the available quota. If the quota has been filled, there is no way they can be accommodated.
Okay.
There's just no way. They have to go back and write JAM. So telling me that the vice chancellor and Senate members are stubborn is just completely misplaced. It's out of place. It is not the fault of the Senate. It is not the fault of the vice chancellor. It's the fault of the students and their parents. They caused this. They caused this problem. How possible that you were admitted in philosophy but you are attending classes in English? Does that make sense? When you didn't have admission in English and now you want to blame the school? It's not done that way. It's not possible.
Initially, I asked a question about the HODs and the deans. Now, in the university system, we all know that if you're going to transfer from one department to another, it also involves the HODs and the deans of both departments. And there's always a process where I take a letter from my HOD in my current department to the HOD of the department that I want to transfer to, and they sign the letter. I've never done that, but I know that there's always a process involving, the two HODs. In that case, don't you think that these HODs also played a very pivotal role in this whole saga?
No, you cannot blame the HODs because the HOD doesn't know the number of students that are going to the department is recommending that student to go.
Okay.
You can't blame the HOD.
So the HOD that is receiving is supposed to know the number of students as well.
A very normal process. But as I said, the upsurge of the number is the problem now. Before it was a very normal process. If there are space, there's no problem with that.
Okay.
But when you go that there are no space and you're still going and going, it's because
so in the case where the HOD of the other department knows very well that there's a quota and he's still accepting,
they may
students,
not have known.
How is it that they
may not have known? They are not in that department.
No, the HOD. Let's say, okay, let me give you a practical example.
Okay.
But before then, let me just quickly take this call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, speaking with Agnes Monday.
Okay, Agnes, please keep it very cordial and respectful. Thank you.
Okay, sir. I want to ask a question. We all know that JAM actually admitted 131 nursing students.
Okay.
Only came directly from JAM list. So how come when a new class list of over 249 how come a new class list of over 249 students came out? So I want him to address that. How come almost 100 and something students added to it if they are not biased? Because what I heard is they actually signed this indemnity form for some people, for their people, and left other persons. So does that mean that those people that don't have anybody to stand or speak for them, they did the wrong thing? That's my question.
Thank you very much, Agnes. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, sir, over to you.
It's okay. Thank you very much for that question. Well, let me dispel the idea of their people because I don't know the context you are saying this. As far as I know, there is nothing like that in the University of Calabar. Here, we give everybody equal opportunity in everything that we do. So what happens in that case, if 131 were originally admitted by JAM, it means that there was still room for many to be considered.
29 more.
And this
19
has to
rather.
be, this has to be on first come, first served basis.
Okay.
First come, first served basis. But the moment you've crossed the quota, the moment you cross the quota and you were not originally admitted there, it means that you do not belong there. It's just as simple as that. There's nothing like partiality. There's nothing like I'm from Cross River State. I'm not from. It doesn't follow. That is just the simple.
But she said that they had over 200 plus students on the class list. How was that possible, given that the quota is just 150?
It can't be so, because we know the quota. I can give you the DVC academic number. Call her and find out from her the quota for nursing science. It is 150. It is 150. So anything beyond 150, and you were not originally, some people might have been lucky if they didn't meet up to this 150 quota and they got transferred there. Fine, nothing wrong with that. It's a small number and it's filling up the quota. But anything outside 150, and you have a fake JAM admission letter, there's no way you belong there. Just no way.
Okay, so now before the call came in, I was trying to practically analyze something for you. Now, let's say I'm in the department of agric science, and I want to transfer to the department of nursing. Now, I have to get a letter from the HOD of agric science to the HOD of nursing. Now, you're telling me that the HOD of nursing might not know that he or she already have enough students in their department that he assigned my transfer form. Is that what you're saying?
Let me say this. You are in agri-science and you want to go to
nursing.
Now you're saying that the HOD of nursing doesn't.
That's what you said, that he might not have known the number of students in nursing department.
Okay, first and foremost, the HOD of agric may not have any communication with the HOD of nursing.
That's established.
It just recommend. And most of these recommendations come out of serious pressure. Serious pressure. It will leave agric and go to nursing. It's not the HOD that does the screening.
Yes.
So long as the HOD says that you have all what it takes, you've met the requirements, it doesn't have choice but to admit you. It is only after the screening that we will know who is left and who is not left. So it's not actually the problem of the HOD.
The HOD of agric science.
Both HODs.
No, somebody has to take the blame, because at the end of the day, as the HOD of nursing, you know that the quota is 150 and I already have 150 students, but students are still coming to transfer to nursing department and I am signing their transfer letter. Then there's a problem.
But I have told you what is on ground. I've told you what is on ground. The HOD of nursing doesn't do the screening.
Okay, but he has a way of also signing, or like you call it, recommending.
Of course.
So that means he's in.
I've told you about pressure. I've told you about pressure.
But individuals are not stronger than institutions at the end of the day.
I can't explain that.
When you say pressure, it shows that individuals are stronger than an institution, and it shouldn't be that way.
Well, it was the wisdom of that administration.
Okay.
It was the wisdom of that administration. I didn't know how they were planning to subdue all of this. But I always want to speak about the current administration. So whatever must have happened was out of pressure.
Okay.
Pressure on the part of the parents, pressure on the department to accept them.
Okay.
And all of that. So if I am an HOD, I won't have a choice. Send them, I will admit them. When they go for screening, it's when they will screen out. It's when they will screen out.
Okay, we have a message here. The message says, UNICAL offered us nursing. So yes, it is a problem of the school. We are all humans. Own up to your mistakes as well, rather than pushing the whole blames on students and expecting us to take responsibility
UNICAL
for
doesn't
it.
offer admission. Please I'll let that person get the information rightly.
Let's take this call first. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please move away from your radio set or turn down the volume.
Okay, good morning, sir. I'm Christiana by name.
Okay, Christiana, keep it very respectful and very cordial. Thank you.
Okay, please, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead. Okay, Christiana, do well to call us back 0809 4444058. I'll take that again 0809 4444058. Okay, let's take this call. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, please. I'm a UNICAL student, 211 nursing science.
Okay,
So,
please keep it very respectful. Thank you.
Sir?
Keep it very respectful. Thank you.
Okay, no issues. So regarding this issue, my one suggestion is instead of just pulling all of us out that way, why not do with our performances the same way they did for medicine? 1F, you're gone. They can do it that way, or better still, they should sign the indemnity forms and then open the portals. Maybe give us a space within 1 month or less to do a transfer to other universities if their major complaint is our population, because I know that's where this whole thing is boiling down to.
Okay.
Because this whole effort wasted is not going to be fair at all.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for calling. Do enjoy the rest of your day. What do you have to say about that, sir?
Okay. Well, she's talking about giving them an opportunity to do what?
To retain their their
Okay, she's
admission.
talking about their CGPA.
Yes.
But that doesn't follow. That doesn't follow. The legality of their status is in question. What the university is saying is that you didn't apply to these departments. Why do you want to be judged based on your CGPA? Your CGPA has been nullified so long as you came in with a fake admission letter. So it doesn't work out that way. And in fairness to them, from my own perspective, I believe that the school is doing them a whole lot of good.
Okay.
Because I told you about the problem we had with dentistry. It was in year 5 that this problem surfaced. So we don't want them to get to year 5 before this happens. It is good enough for them. This is their year 2. They have identified the problem. You came in with fake JAM admission letter. Please, the university cannot keep you here so long as you came in with a fake admission. That itself is an offense, which I have told you the university is going to try them.
Okay.
And you say we should admit you and allow you to continue or send you to another school with a fake JAM admission letter.
When you say a fake JAM admission letter, are you saying a fake JAM admission letter to fit into their desired department, or a generally fake admission letter like they were never admitted in the University of Calabar?
They had a genuine JAM admission letter in the original
previous
department. They had applied for.
Okay.
But so long as nursing science is concerned,
they were not admitted into.
They were not admitted, and what they presented was fake.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Innocent today. I'm a 211 nursing student.
Okay, please, Innocent, keep it very, very innocent and very respectful. Thank you.
Sir, they say that ID card and matric number does not make you a student. What now makes you a student? Since school gave us matric number, the school gave us ID card. What now makes us a student since those two are not part of the registration process? What makes us a student? That's my question.
Thank you very much, Innocent, for calling. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Over to you, sir.
Okay. ID card with a matriculation number with fake JAM admission letter. Does that make you a student? It's not possible.
So how then did they get the matriculation number from the institution?
But I've already explained that here severally. We had the first set of screening. Some of them were screened out, some of them escaped it. Yes, some of them escaped it. Then when the present administration now called for another screening, that was how they were all detected. Over 400 plus.
Okay, somebody just asked a very valid question, and I agree with that person. Now, JAM registration is over. So how then does the institution expect the students to, go and pick a new JAM form, given that that's the resolve that the institution has gotten to, that the students should pick JAM form. So they should wait till, another year before they can register for JAM.
Well, we had advised them even before the end of JAM registration that was just the only way out for them if they want to continue their university education. But unfortunately, some of them didn't explore the opportunity. So you can't blame the school in any way. In any way.
Well, I said something. Okay, before I say what I want to say, let's take this call. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, I'm Christiana by name, nursing student here in Calabar.
Okay, Christiana, please keep it very respectful.
Okay, I want to ask a question.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Please, are you guys aware that this thing that is happening in UNICAL is affecting parents and our students are dying? Because I see no reason where we will be offered admission, and we were asked to go and redo regularization, of which we did, and our ex-VC signed on some of those forms and did not sign on the other ones. Like, why?
Okay, over to you, sir. What do you have to say?
I didn't actually get a full question, but if I can get her very well, she said she was offered admission and all of a sudden they were asked to quit. Well, I think this is becoming too repetitive.
Okay.
The issues have been established. UNICAL does not offer admission. I've said it times without number here.
They only offer recommendations.
This admission, UNICAL only recommends. So as far as you are concerned, they didn't apply to this department originally.
Okay.
So that doesn't validate their studentship. And what the school is doing, we don't want to get to a situation when they will get to final year and they now begin to ask them to go, like what is happening in dentistry.
Okay.
This is your year 2. They have brought the facts out. You were admitted in error with a fake JAM admission letter. You can't continue. You cannot continue as a student. Go and validate your studentship. And the only way you can do this for you to go back and write JAM.
Now, let's talk about that option, because at this point, it's important to explore every option for the best interest of the student. Now, I mentioned that, is it possible for the management, I think all the students are listening to me right now, is it possible for the management to ask the students to go back to their initial departments instead of telling them to go and start afresh to write JAM, wait for admission and all of them? Why don't they go back to their initial department and start all over again there?
Okay, I have said that that can be negotiated, but on the grounds that those departments who have not filled their quota. That is just the reason.
Okay.
Because what you are talking about here, they cannot just go and start. They have to wait. You have a new academic session.
Yes.
That is when they can be considered. But if they originally admitted students in that department are many and have filled their quota, it will still be a problem for them. That's why we are advising them. The best bet is for you to go back and write JAM.
But at the end of the day, both options can be explored by the school management.
Anyway, let me assure you that the Senate is meeting, I think, tomorrow. So after tomorrow, we'll have information on this.
All right.
Just keep tap on us. Thank you.
Let me take this call. Hello. Good morning.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Anthony and a student of University of Calabar.
Okay. Talk to us.
Okay, so I wanted to ask because there are year 3 students are over 500 and they said their quota is 150. So why is this situation more like settled on year 2 students only, whereas there are year 3 students that are over 500? and their regularization forms are not yet signed also.
Okay.
So if they're claiming year 2 students use fake admission data, so what of year 3 students that are still in their department?
Okay. And they are over the quota?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Okay, over to you, Sam.
It's okay. Thank you for the question. Well, I am not a lecturer in nursing science, and I cannot hold brief for that department. But what I know is that so long as the quota has been exceeded, it means that you are just waiting for the problem to explode. That's the only thing I can tell you. Because the professional bodies are insisting.
Okay.
They are insisting because even them, they don't want to be producing wishy-washy nurses. Yes, they are insisting that you have to admit the number, you have the facilities, you have the classroom, you have the equipment to train, not just bringing in students, multitude of students, and at the end of the day, you don't give them the required training.
Okay.
So I can't speak for the year 3 class except until I find out from the department what is actually
So at this
happening
point,
there.
you are oblivious as to what is happening in the year 3 department.
I can't speak for year 3 department. But
Okay.
the only thing I can tell you is that if the quota for that class is exceeded, this implosion is just waiting to happen.
All right. Hello. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning. Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
Okay, my name is Sini. I'm a student in University of Calabar.
Okay.
Nursing science to be
All right.
precise.
Keep it very respectful.
Okay, thank you, sir. So please, I just wanted to say something. I just want to inform you guys that are you guys aware that a student lost his life yesterday because of this issue? 200 level student to be precise in UCCH. And now a parent leg was amputated yesterday because while the daughter called the father and told the father that daddy, they've blocked my portal and the man got an accident. He's in the hospital as we speak. This thing the University of Calabar is doing to us is not fair. They should just please sign our indemnity form and know that we will just transfer to another school if they don't want us here. If they don't want us here, because I don't know what they are saying that UNICAL did not give admission when everybody, literally, even the people that the first visit signed their indemnity form, all of them have UNICAL admission letter. So why is it our own turn now and they are saying that UNICAL did not give authorized admission letter? Do you want students there? Do you want people to enter the road?
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Over to you, sir. What do you make out of this?
Okay. Well, I'm just sharing that a student lost her life.
Well, I'm hearing that 2 students lost their lives, actually. But okay.
We are not aware. But all the same, we wish to extend our sympathies and condolences to their families. May their soul rest in peace. Well, I don't know what else to say. I think I have been able to address this issue very exhaustively, and the University of Calabar has done the students no wrong. UNICAL has done the students no wrong. It is out of their desperation and the desperation of their parents that we have seen all of this. So please, I know how it feels. Yes, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of psychology in all of this. But let us always learn to do the right thing, because that is the hallmark of the present administration. He doesn't want people to cut corners. He's insisting on doing the right thing at every point. So if we abide by this simple principle, I think everything will go well for us as a university.
Well, at the end of the day, I'm not against doing the right thing, but what I am advocating for is that everybody, involved in this should, be treated accordingly, because you cannot just punish the students when there are other bodies that ensure that these things, that fast tracks these things. You've tried throughout this interview, you tried to defend the HODs and the deans of these various departments and faculties, but I strongly believe that they have a role to play in this and they should be punished as well, because the transfer is not possible without the input of these deans and these HODs. So if the students are being punished, I strongly believe that the deans and the HODs as well should be punished, and they should be investigated as well, because it only means that they're not doing their job or they do not know what they are doing. Anyway, right now we're going to go on a very short break. When we come back, we'll wrap up this conversation right here on UNICAL 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it Eyo Infotainment, the number one FM radio set.
103.5 FM, bringing to you entertainment, infotainment, and edutainment all round the clock with profound, trusted, and reliable hosts. Stay posted by tuning on to your radio 103.5 FM or visit our website at yrka.org/UNICAL Radio. UNICAL Radio, education beyond barriers.
The best radio station in the world.
Scared you're gonna love me, scared you run away.
12 minutes past the hour of 11. Welcome back from that short break. It's UNICAL 103.5 FM, the only station that offers you the best of education, information, and of course, entertainment 360. We love to call it Eyo Infotainment. And this morning, we've been joined by Professor Dr. Eyo Offiong Mensah, who is the Dean of Student Affairs, and he's been talking about the whole saga around the nursing students right here in the University of Calabar. Now, sir, before we let you go, let me quickly ask this question. Now, a lot of students that are affected are students that transferred from other departments to the Department of Nursing. Now, I want to ask, are there any nursing students that got the admission from nursing that are also affected in this whole fiasco?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
So I said most, or let's say 80% of people that we've heard from are people that are affected by the whole transfer thing from one department to nursing.
Yeah.
Do we have students that were given admission in nursing also affected?
Anyway, before I answer that question, let me respond to your last remark that the university is punishing the students and the major actors in all of this ought to be fished out and punished as well. Well, let me say that it is not punishments. In fact, what the university is doing to the students is a form of blessing in this case.
Okay.
Because As I say, we didn't need to wait until they are in their final year before this is brought to their attention. So it's a good thing that the system has done for the student. And about punishing the key actors in all of this.
Yes.
Yeah, I've told you also that the university is setting up a disciplinary committee.
Okay.
The students will be invited and they will be asked how they got admitted into nursing science. They will also be asked the people that facilitated it, how they got the fake admission letter and all of that. If the staff of the university are involved, the university will take action. It's just as simple as that.
Okay.
Now to your question, if people that were genuinely admitted
in nursing
in
department,
nursing science,
yes,
we know the reason that students are often either placed on probation or asked to withdraw or go to other department. That means if your CGPA is very low in year one, except there is that kind of situation.
Okay.
But I don't see anybody who is working hard and maintaining his or high scores that will have this problem.
So what you're saying is there is no students in the department of nursing that was, initially admitted that is affected?
No. None.
Okay. All right. Okay, let's just take this one call. I just hope that somebody from the Department of Nursing can talk to us this morning. Another person from the Department of Nursing. Okay, hi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. What is your name and where are you calling us from?
My name is Miracle from the Grammar Student of Nursing Science.
Okay, before you proceed, Miracle, did you transfer to nursing or you were admitted originally into the Department of Nursing?
I transferred to nursing science.
Okay, fair enough. Talk to me.
So I want to know if the solution we can be grouped into batches, because I think year 4 they have like 2 batches. So if they can group us into batches like A and B, just like sending us just back home like that, it's not fair.
Amazing. Thank you so much for calling. Let the Dean of Student Affairs answer that. So like I said, we can explore different options and not send the students back home completely. So what do you have to say about this particular thing about grouping them like what's it called now? Nursing batch A, or how did they call it back then?
No, we don't even need to go to this extent.
Okay.
Because naturally they are not qualified to be in nursing science. They can only talk about the departments that originally admitted them. In nursing science, they do not have admission letter.
Okay.
So there's the question of grouping them in badges does not even arise.
Okay, fine. The option of grouping them in nursing is not feasible.
It's zero.
Right. Now, how about grouping them in their initial department?
But I've already explained that.
Yeah, you said that if the quota is more, then that is where the grouping comes in. If they can group them to a group A or group B, year 1A, year 1B, then they can actually accommodate as much students as possible.
The challenges you are having. In fact, the university is even looking for a way to end all of these batch A and batch B, year 4A, year 4B, year 5A, like the way you're having in law and many other departments. It's not too good for the system.
Okay.
It's not too good, like admitting 2 sets of students at the same time. Even the lecturer doesn't have peace. You have to teach, like when I was teaching in my department, you finish teaching for instance, final year A, you just finished teaching final year A, you go back and teach final year B. It's not even good for the health of the lecturers. So the current administration does not want to encourage that. We are trying to phase all of that out. And maybe in the next 2-3 years, we should be done with that.
So would the administration rather watch students lose their lives and parents lose their lives other than exploring other options that could be feasible?
No, I'm not seeing any such possible option here. I've told you it's only when we have spaces where the quarters are not filled for the incoming year 1 students. That is when some of them can be accommodated. But that on its own is not very good, because you can say you are waiting for that, and at the end of the day, there's no space for you. So the best option is still for you to secure your admission through JAM.
And that is waiting for next year before you can actually write JAM again. And time is going, the economy is getting harder, things are getting harder. Anyway, thank you very much, sir, for coming on the show and clarifying, the whole situation. Before we let you go, what message would you like to give to, the students, the families? I mean, you just heard that parents just lost his leg was amputated because of an accident due to the shock of the news. What words of advice, or should I say encouragement, you have for students and parents? Because at this point, parents are grieving. At this point, students are grieving. So what do you have to say to them?
As I said earlier, it's just a moment that is filled up with so much emotions. It is genuine. I want to advise the students first. You have to be very wary of the people we are dealing with when it comes to admission. There's so much racket during admission periods in this university. And most of these people are fake. They are just coming in here to deceive students, exploit them, and get away with their money, give them all sorts of fake documents. So we have to be very, very wary of this. It's now very dangerous for you to transfer to another department, except you do your own findings. Find out the quota the department you intend to go to has. Find out if you have any chances of surviving there. And in fact, I would even advise you not to finish writing JAM and thinking of transferring. Prepare for the course that you want and write JAM with the mind of securing admission in that course. Don't want to come back here and transfer. It is dangerous to do that. Maybe it's going to be a lesson for the incoming students. Prepare if you want to study med-surg, if you want to study law, if you want to study nursing science, please prepare very well. Score above 300. Secure your chances of getting admitted into those programs. Don't want to
Then
come
in cases
here.
where students score very high but are not still admitted in this program.
I've told you that can never happen in this university again. It can never happen because it's a central admission committee that is now handling admission, not an individual as we used to see in the past.
Okay.
So if you score very well, you can be rest assured that you get admitted to your desired course or program. So we sympathize with those that have lost their lives. It's really unfortunate, and we want to encourage everybody to be very strong at these trying moments. The university is there for all of us. Let us not cut corners. Let us do what is right. So always be proud of the university that we belong to. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Professor Mensah, for coming and talking to us about this. And we hope that we hear from this University Senate in the soonest possible time and they make a decision. And at the end of the day, we just hope that the decisions, do not affect the students so badly that the loss of lives becomes even griever than this. That's so much you can take at this point right here, UNICAL 103.5 FM. My name remains Vine Henshaw, where you can call me Spice of the Airwaves. This has been a very, very heated session, but we hope that we've been able to answer a few of your questions right here on UNICAL 103.5 FM. Till I come away again, same time, same station, the number away from the radio set. It's still UNICAL 103.5 FM. Good morning.
UNICAL 103. Bringing to you entertainment, infotainment, and edutainment all round the clock with profound, trusted, and reliable hosts. Stay posted by tuning on to your radio 103.5 FM or visit our website at yrka.org/UNICAL Radio. UNICAL Radio, education beyond barriers.
The best radio station in the world.
Talk to me, talk to me.